Welcome, everybody. Whether you're catching us live or on an instant replay, we're so glad that you have taken time out of your schedule to join us with Let's Talk Travel. I'm Pat Hand, and with me today is Kevin, and we are here to share with you. Uh, we're inviting you to explore one of the most beautiful islands in the Southern Caribbean tonight. Just imagine yourself relaxing on a snowy white beach or ziplining through maybe a lush rainforest, indulging maybe in some authentic island cuisine, or possibly even soaking in an authentic island mud bath. Picture that. Yes, we're exploring the beautiful, exotic island of Saint Lucia this evening. Kevin, do we have a video on this? Did you find a video for us?
I do have one here.
Why don't we
I hope.
play that just to whet everybody's appetite?
Well, I think today's presentation, Pat, is going to warm up everybody. Things are cold in the U.S.
Oh yeah, it is. It is, boy. Most of the U.S. has really been hit the past few days. So, yeah, this is good.
This video will warm you up.
She's been watching, waiting, wondering when the sands of time will give way to a tide of change, and for yesterday and today to become a new tomorrow. For a time when her sun can kiss the cheeks of your loved one, and her stars can twinkle in her honeymoon skies. When her earthly embrace will reassure and calm your soul. And her unique view can change your whole perspective. Proudly, she has risen to meet new challenges and to provide safe harbor to all who reach her shores. For her hopes and dreams still stand, shoulder to shoulder, a precious reminder of experiences yet to come. So, wherever your moments and memories take you, let her sense of adventure set you free. She is Saint Lucia. Let her inspire you.
Wow, if that doesn't make you just want to go pack your bags, I'm telling you. Kevin, I have visited St. Lucia twice, and it really holds a very special place in my heart because St. Lucia is where I discovered for the first time one of my real passions in life. It was on my second visit, and that was where I first snorkeled, other than in a pool situation. First snorkeling experience I ever had, and I was really hooked immediately. This is not only one of the most scenic islands in the Caribbean, but St. Lucia offers such incredible snorkeling and world-class diving. So if you are a water person, as I am, a passionate snorkeler or diver, pull out your bucket list right now and just pencil in St. Lucia near the top because you really, really need to go there. And for you divers, just know that there is a special event coming up in September. They are going to be hosting their third Dive Fest. So if you're a diver, it's still time to make a reservation and get there to enjoy that activity.
Pat?
Yes.
I know you talked about your great snorkeling experience. I got to tell you the story about mine. And my first time ever snorkeling was 2008. and I was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And this is a story before I met Dancing Moon Travel.
Yeah, because
And
that's when
so,
we started, 2008.
and I had not started working with you folks yet, and I did not know enough to really check out the people offering the services that Eamon and I, my son, uh, went on this uh, snorkeling excursion, and they took us out on a boat along with some divers. And my vision of snorkeling is in shallow, calm water where you can see, I don't know how deep, but they took us out where the waves were so much. Eamon and I had to hold on to a flotation device to just stay afloat until we could try to level off, and we kept going up and down, and we the water was so deep and so rough we couldn't see anything, and no amount of complaining made a difference. And the divers were loving it because they were below the surface. But Eamon and I basically, we tried, and I think we tried harder to drown than we did to
Yeah.
snorkel.
Well, it's a
And
wonder you didn't drown in those conditions.
we climbed back in the boat, and we just sat there and waited until the divers were finished with their program. And well, you didn't tell us you were not experienced swimmers. And I'm like, it's not swimming that has nothing to
Yeah,
do with this.
no, that is, I mean, you do not go to the same places to snorkel that you do to dive. Snorkeling is done best done in shallow water where you can actually where you're close to see the corals and the tropical fish and things. It's not, you don't want to go. No, that was not a good
Now,
experience.
so
So have you
lesson
snorkeled
learned,
since?
lesson learned, and to all reviewers, take Pat's recommendations when you're going anywhere, and make sure you check these excursion people that they're legitimate and they're not just taking you out for a ride.
Right.
So
I had a wonderful experience in Saint Lucia. It was beautiful. It was near the shore, protected kind of cove-like situation. It was fabulous. And I immediately, if what your experience had been what I had done the first time, I probably would have packed it up and never done it again. So
I've never been again.
oh, wow. Well, try again, Kevin. Don't give up on it. Uh, Moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit about the culture of St. Lucia because, like many of the Caribbean islands, it is has a lot of the it's a melting pot, and it has a lot of the Carib and Arawak influences from back in the early days, but that mixes with African culture and uh, then blend in English and Dutch and other European cultures and various elements from all of that, and you can imagine what kind of unique experiences that you will encounter in a visit to St. Lucia. There really is a very rich history on this island, very distinct and a very compelling cultural experience awaits you on the island of St. Lucia. You definitely have to experience it to get a complete understanding.
With all the different cultures, Pat, what's the food like? Is there a
The food is very you'll find a little bit of everything. You definitely find the Caribbean influence and but you will find European cuisine. St. Lucia has amazing, amazing food, and every turn, small little restaurants where you can poke your head in and feel like part of the family. authentic is a word that comes to mind. You're going to find just authentic opportunities to plug in and get some really, really delicious food. So it's a great destination for foodies.
Hey, Pat, speaking of that, I I found an app that is for St. Lucia.
Oh, cool.
Um, it's a free app that's on available where it looks like you can discover different restaurants and get their menus, get reviews. So if you're going there, this would probably be a great tool to have.
That is great, Kevin. Yes, something like this where because we can recommend restaurants, and frequently people will ask us, and so we will make recommendations. But you might have gotten a recommendation from us for a French restaurant, and you get there, and just that day, for some reason, that's not what appeals to you, and you're more into. You say, well, I really would rather just get some authentic cuisine, island cuisine. Where would I go for that? Having an app like that on your phone, I mean, how convenient. And I'm sure that there are apps out there for most destinations to do things like this. So,
Yeah.
really good tool. When you've got the technology like that, make use of it. Uh, because it almost always is free and gives you up to the minute. A lot of times you can even make reservations right online from your phone. So, another thing I wanted to talk about today, Kevin, is when to time your visit. Uh, and there's some controversy on this, quite frankly. Some travel experts say the best time is December through April. Basically, this is your dry season in Saint Lucia, and a lot of travelers like to get that go in the dry season. Now, let me just say that going in what they call the wet season, which is the summer months, you don't think that it's going to be the monsoons 24/7 like you get in say in India or somewhere where you've got the monsoon season where you really are just usually in the tropics unless you've got a tropical storm coming in. Most of the time you'll have an afternoon shower that comes in and it pours like crazy for a short time and then dries back up again. And yes, it's humid, but there's no real bad time to visit Saint Lucia, folks. I would probably, for the most part, maybe try to avoid mid-August through mid-October, just because of hurricane season and planning your trip otherwise. Although here we have this dive fest that's right in the middle of it in September. So if you're a diver, ignore me. Just uh, check out when you want to go. What's going on when you want to go? Um, one of the things that you might want to experience in Saint Lucia, they have an incredible carnival season there, and that takes place in the summertime, scheduled June and July. It will be hot, but so much goes on during these carnivals. You have parties, street parties, music, parades, food. Have I mentioned food? I think we mentioned food before. The costuming, it's a magical celebration at these Caribbean carnivals. And uh, St. Lucia actually hosts one of the very top carnivals in the entire Caribbean. So, a really good time to visit is during the hot summer months when other people say, oh, it's a wet season. Uh, just go when it's convenient for you, and maybe when if carnival is on your agenda, you want to do that's your bucket list idea. If you want to attend carnival, then don't hesitate to go when it's convenient and when they have the destination is doing something that you're interested in plugging in. So I guess that kind of covers when to go. Um, Another question is lodging. Where do you stay? Now, a lot of people go to St. Lucia via cruise. It's a top-rated cruise destination. Many of the Southern Caribbean cruises go there, but a lot of our clients are looking for a stay. They want to plug in, stay at a resort or other property and really experience the culture or one of the incredible all-inclusive resorts that St. Lucia has to offer. So St. Lucia offers some of the most incredible 5-star all-inclusive properties and European plan, which means maybe you get breakfast or no meals are included. But it has both the all-inclusive and the non-all-inclusive properties there. Some of my favorite, some of the top favorites are Ladera, Cap Mason.
That's Ladera there,
It's
Pat.
beautiful. Yeah. Look at the view there of the pitons. Now you know that you are in St. Lucia when you see these twin pitons. It's like one of the most photographed and well-known places in the Caribbean. You know when you see those where you are. You don't have to look at your itinerary if you're cruising, because you see those and you know exactly what island you are visiting.
This is Cap Mason.
Yes. Oh, this is a very, very lovely resort. Anse Chastanay is another one. Look at that
Now
beautiful.
that's still Cap Mason, and you can see the peaks that you were talking about there in the
Right,
back.
right.
And then would you say Enchancenay?
Yes, you say that much better than I do. Um, I love that. Just look at those incredible views. Can you just envision yourself lounging there, drink in hand?
Yeah, that's a picture of one of the suites, Pat. Um,
Wow.
that would be a nice, colorful, and relaxing place to stay, wouldn't it?
Doesn't it just I mean, it just screams Caribbean. Isn't it just kind of the picture postcard of the Caribbean there, somewhere you just really would want to plug in and spend a week or 2 or 3. Also Sandals, Kevin. Sandals has not 1, but 3 separate resort properties in St. Lucia. And if you book one, you have exchange privileges to go and enjoy the amenities and dining at any of the 3. So it Sandals is always, the reputation precedes it. What I need, you'd say Sandals, you don't need to say a lot more. Everybody understands luxury, all inclusive. So great, great resorts there. And St. Lucia is absolutely one of the most sought after honeymoon resorts and or destinations in the Caribbean. And with incredible properties like this, there is no wonder that it is one of the top romance destinations in the Caribbean. But we've talked about these large resorts and the well-known names, but there are a lot of smaller, uh, intimate properties, kind of where you can plug in and get the authentic experience, guest houses even, and certainly private villas and homes where you can have that private 5-star uh, experience complete with your staff and every need taken care of. So there's just about every kind of uh, lodging to plug in whatever your preferences and budget might dictate. There is something for you in St. Lucia. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention before we move past this is there is a huge market, a growing market in wellness travel. That is a big emphasis, one of the fastest growing segments in the travel industry these days. And St. Lucia has some world-class options for this, such as Body Holiday is probably they are one of the most well-known of the wellness-oriented resorts and Tai K Resort and Spa. These are absolutely amazing properties. So if wellness and pampering, pure indulgence and with a healthy take on things, might be on your bucket list. St. Lucia can accommodate that in just probably one of the best destinations for wellness travel in the entire Caribbean.
Well, I was looking for those images earlier, Pat. I was looking at those sites, and they offer yoga, they offer special diets. I mean, it is a complete wellness type place to visit. And
Right.
I mean, it just sounds like a very relaxing place to be.
Yeah, pampering. I mean, spas, uh, massages, and like you mentioned, yoga is very much to the forefront of these experiences, and the clean cuisine and healthy eating. So, um, great, just a great destination for you wellness travelers out there. So, Kevin, I think we've covered lodging pretty well. Uh, Next, what do you do when you
There's
visit?
probably nothing to do on the whole
Nothing
island,
at
is
all.
there?
No, nothing at all. And that's okay. You know, a lot of people, when you go to St. Lucia, you want to lay on the beach or by the pool. You're there to relax, rejuvenate, refresh, and there is no better destination for that kind of refreshment than St. Lucia. But you might be a traveler, and even if you just want to relax, there comes a time when you want to get out and maybe experience a little bit around the island, and St. Lucia offers so much to do that you do want to at least have a day or two in your schedule to get out and about. Tour the island. There's some incredible ruins there to explore. The Twin Pitons, of course. Those volcanic spires they're just something that you definitely want to have a picture of those when you go back. Enjoy the beaches, get out and see those incredible rainforests. Um, Yes. You adventure travelers, you are not going to lack for things to do, zip lining and they've got some incredible uh, excursions with ATVs and exploring the rainforest there, getting maybe a little muddy and then going to wash off at the beach. Horseback riding, um, just all kinds of activities and things that you can do. I mean, uh, how do you forget this? Bring your camera, folks, because you are going to, along with all these activities, you are going to take home some incredible images to document your experiences. St. Lucia will not disappoint on any level when it comes to uh, something to do and activities. Everything from the five-star dining to street food and parks and botanical gardens. Uh, there's just so many things to explore in St. Lucia. If you're there for 10 days, you'll still will not exhaust your list of activities and things to do. Um, One of the things,
For such a small island, there's just so much to do. It's
real,
amazing.
really, you've got the beautiful beaches and you've got the rainforests and the mountainous hillsides. So there's no lack of activities and places to plug in. And I could snorkel every day, really, and be happy. Kevin, I'm sorry your experience was so disappointing because it's such a fabulous thing to do. Um, we wanted to touch on one of the things that we pretty much want to cover in every one of our broadcasts these days is that unavoidable conversation about the COVID crisis. We are glad to see some things improving here in the U.S. as far as vaccinations I think that we're hitting close to 1 million a day across the country. Um, and the numbers are going, the hospitalizations are down, so things tending in the right direction, but still one needs to be safe and one needs to be careful. But St. Lucia is receiving visitors from the entire globe. So whether you're located in the US or otherwise, St. Lucia is open and receiving visitors. Now, that said, you must present a negative PCR, a COVID test before your arrival. It must be taken within 5 days of your arrival. If you need assistance with that, when we help you with your reservation, we can definitely recommend some places that might be able to assist you with getting those tests and meeting that. And you must fill out that requisite form, the travel form that virtually every destination is requiring, basically stating that you're not ill and having your temperature taken, and you must use masks and some and prescribed transportation, not just pick up with a local and hop in a private vehicle. You need to get a certified taxi for your transportation. But it's relatively easy to travel and an easy destination to visit and safe. So, Kevin, if you have anything we've missed?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, St. Lucia, definitely one of the top destinations in the Caribbean. If you have not been, put it on your bucket list now. That speaks to you, Cheryl. I know you're out there, and that bucket list of yours is growing every week. So, I wanted to outline our theme for March, Kevin. Just
March.
on, well, I wanted to touch on March just real briefly to let people know, plan now to tune in with us for March, because we're going to be featuring the destination Alaska, and you want to mark your calendar now because you do not want to miss a single episode. We're going to be covering some wonderful things. And next week, for sure, you want to join us as we wind up our emphasis on the Caribbean with Exceptional Villas. They will be our guest for next Tuesday, same time, same place. And
We can remember the old Batman show. This is like the same Pat time, the same Bat channel, or same Pat time, same Pat channel. Yeah, there we go.
There you go, Kevin. But we definitely want you to tune in next week because, it seems like it could be out of reach, but, you might be surprised how easy it might be to experience your own private villa vacation at destinations throughout the Caribbean, in fact, throughout the entire world. Kevin, we have a prize we're giving away. How do people get signed up, get registered to enhance their chances of winning that special book we're giving away?
Yeah, we've got that Folders Caribbean Cruise Ports of Call book, and I've lost the image of it, but it's a book,
It's a book.
and it's just full of color pictures of the Caribbean, and we're giving that away at the end of the month. And to enter, we just need you to put in the comments our special word of the day, and the word of the day is thanks. So write in the word thanks in the comments, and you'll get your name in the drawing, and then you've got one more week next week to enter in again. We'll have a new word.
Yes, and everybody, you need this on your coffee table. Great to leaf through. It covers pretty much the entire Caribbean. So great book and a great little prize to win. All you have to do is put thanks in the comment section, and Kevin will get you entered for the drawing. So Kevin, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I think so. We covered St. Lucia. I'm ready to go.
I would go in the morning. I really would. I am so ready to travel again, and I hope our listeners are as well. We can help with that. So thanks, everybody. We appreciate you taking time to join us today, and join us again next week. See you then.
Thanks, everybody. Get that word thanks in the comments. We'll see you next week.